When I'm styling a bedroom, I like to think about comfort and design. So in this chapter, I'm gonna show you how to make a leather strap headboard. This is a great project for a beginner, so let's get into it. I usually like to use wrought iron beds in my design. I think they look really cool, but sometimes they can feel just a little harsh in a room. So to soften it up, I like to add a hanging cushion. And this just makes the room feel a little cozier, gives you a place to rest your back. And this project is really easy, which is why I love it, and it has a great impact. This is actually an outdoor bench cushion. I really like the size of it. It's 45 inches long, which works perfect on a queen bed. They're usually about 60 inches long, and I still like to see a little bit of that detail, so I like to do it a little bit shorter. You could use a body pillow, you could sew your own cushion, but these tend to work really good. And then you'll need a leather punch, a box cutter, something to mark your leather like a Sharpie, scissors, some leather straps. You can also use faux leather straps, a tape measure, and rivets. We're using button screw studs because the bottom has a screw on and the top has this little button on. So first we're gonna go into the bedroom and get the measurements. This is really a visual thing. So we're gonna grab the cushion and the leather strap so we can get the measurements. I'm gonna put my cushion in place against the headboard here, and I wanna show a little bit of this detail on top. I'm going to put my leather strap around. I'm gonna take the measurement from the top of the bed to the top of the cushion, and that is 4 inches. So when we get back to the workshop, I'll just make sure that this is hanging 4 inches down. So I decided I want this to hang about 4 inches below the top bar. So we're just gonna confirm that measurement now that we're down in the workshop. All right, that looks good. We're gonna do one strap first, and then we're gonna replicate those measurements on the second one. You always wanna make sure that you're cutting your straps to the same length, because it can vary when you order them. So I got my measurement right here. I'm just gonna pull up the flap right there and make 2 marks. And that's where I'm gonna punch the holes to put the rivets in. We're gonna hang this off the top of a headboard, but if you don't have a headboard that works, you can always punch 2 more holes in the top of your leather and then just screw that into the wall with anchors. Before we do the strap, I have this little test piece, and the hole punch comes with a bunch of different sizes, and the goal is to get the bottom screw part to fit really snugly in here. So I'm gonna try a couple different sizes, and this also just helps you get a feel for it. So we got the first hole. I think that's gonna be, oh, actually that one fits perfectly. You can see how this bottom screw part fits really snug in there, and then you can just screw on the top button part, and that's how it's gonna look on the strap. This is gonna work perfectly. So now we can punch our strap. I put 2 dots here. They look pretty good, but if you just wanna measure that they're about equal distance from each side, and that looks good. We got our punch with the correct size. Oh, try to punch without making a weird face. Impossible. Left hand. Okay, now we just take out that little centerpiece. If it doesn't come out right away, you can always flip it over and punch the other side. And then we'll put the bottom screw part in of the rivet. Screw on the top part. And then we'll do one more on the other side. There you go. So the next step is to add holes to the top, and that way you can attach this and you can use it to hang. I'm just gonna go back to my cushion one more time and make sure I have the right height, which is 4 inches. We got that. And then I'm just gonna peel back this side and make 2 more dots. We want the holes on top to line up with the rivets. And then we're gonna punch. Ooh-ah! Okay. Just gonna go on the front side and get those little pieces out. And then to put it on the button head, you wanna make sure that this lines up, and then the hole's not quite big enough, so I'm just gonna add a little slit with my box cutter. And that will make it easier to put these on. There you go. I'm just gonna try it on the cushion. Oh, awesome, this is gonna hang perfect. So I am just gonna duplicate these measurements on the second one. I just like to lay them right next to each other. First, I'll make sure they're the same length, because when you get these online, they can be, even though you order the same size, they can still come at different lengths. Oh, these are actually perfect, great. And then I'll mark this. And then go to the other side, making sure that these stay flush. And do our measurements there. Let's go back to our smaller size first. And punch. Boy. Punch. Ooh, nice clean ones. We'll add our rivets. And if you wanted to do one, you could. I just like how 2 looks for aesthetic reasons. And then also another aesthetic thing is you can cut this straight, but I kind of like how that angle looks. And then we'll shift this back to the biggest setting and punch this side. If you need to go back and do it on the other side, you can, just to get the little centerpiece out. And then grab your box cutter, do your little slits. There you go. So now you should have 2 that are the exact same size. Yeah, we did it. Okay, so now I'm gonna put these straps on the headboard and we'll go hang it in the bedroom. Let's see how this looks on the frame. Our headboard's in and it looks so cozy in here. In this chapter, I showed you how to make a leather strap headboard with 2 leather straps, rivets, and a cushion. This project is for anyone, so I can't wait for you to try it.